Oh, good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Happy Saturday, December something, 10th, maybe. I think it's probably 10th, 2022. I'm here in a beautiful, beautiful morning in the lovely, amazingly safe city of New Orleans. Life implies I don't care if you're a city mouse, country mouse, I don't care if you live in suburbia. There's It's dangerous. But it's not, I mean, as a totality, 99% of your life, I don't care where you live. Even if you live in, even like living in a really dilapidated area, even living in the hood, even that you're pretty safe most of the time. I mean, sure, maybe in this place or this place, you might have more bullshit to deal with on a regular basis. But I've been robbed at gunpoint. First day I moved to Baltimore. First day. And do you know how it changed my behavior? It didn't. It didn't at all. The only thing I learned to do was at 2 in the morning, don't walk north in 1 block from my house. Don't walk into the projects at 2 in the morning to go find my buddy's car. That's what I learned. That's all. I didn't. That was the change in my behavior. Wasn't like lurking around every corner is some danger. I was reading the Reddit this morning. Why would I do this? I know. Why would I? What a dumb idea. And it was local New Orleans Reddit. And most posts will get somewhere between 20 to 50 upvotes. 100,000 people, but there's not 100,000 real people. Most of them are bots and trolls and bullshit artists and 6 accounts and whatever. What's up, Skull? That's 6 below 0. Are you serious? Oh, it's like 75 at 11 in the morning. And it's sunny out. See, sucks to be you, bro. Enjoy that cold ass fucking. Ooh, it's making my bones chilly. So I'm reading this Reddit. Normally there's like 20 upvotes, 50 upvotes for something. It's a few comments. At hour like 13 hours ago, there was, if you'd seen the front of the post, there was this post that was like, even if you walk through your neighborhoods, you should be scared now. The other day I got punched and beat up and robbed. So you should be scared too. And there was 300 upvotes and 100 comments. I'm like, did anybody get the message? Like, where you live? Don't walk here, especially at this time. Don't do this. Don't have this kind of behavior. Don't be like that. There's a chance. There's an opportunity that somebody will be a stick-up kid and that will happen to you. There's a chance. And that gets upvoted to shit. Everybody's like, yeah, it's a dangerous city. Motherfucker, I've lived in. Okay, what cities are the most dangerous on like throughout the years? You got some Detroit in there. You got Baltimore. You got right now New Orleans crime statistics. Baltimore, when I lived there, I lived in Patterson Park. Go look around Patterson Park. I don't understand people's obsession with, because it happened to me one time, now everybody should be scared. What? I walked home at 3 in the morning. I walked 4 miles, 5 miles from the French Quarter through neighborhoods at 3 in the morning. What's the problem? I don't. Not a good idea. Not a good idea on my part. But I got home safe. So everybody else is like, well, I was just walking to my car and I just want to get some cat food for my cat Becky. Like, maybe that was your first problem. You shouldn't, why did you move that in that neighborhood? If you have a cat named Becky and you're like that, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's not where you should live. Maybe you should live over there. And then you don't got to worry about that. And then everybody has a cat named Becky. But you wanted to live and be cool and live in New Orleans. But if you want to live over there, and you're gonna have to pay a little more to live over there, so you can have your stupid little cat and be. These people that moved to New Orleans to buy up cheap, dilapidated property and then gentrify it and then complain about the crime. It's because they don't want your asses there. What don't people get about this? It's the crime rates go up because they don't want you over there. They don't want you there. Bad thing happens to the city. People got, they displaced, had to move. Homes got, fucked up, and you're like, hey, I'll come in here and buy a property for $10,000. I'll fix it up and I'll move in, and then I'll complain about the crime because the people that stayed it out was like, why is this motherfucker moving in my neighborhood and fucking up property values and acting a fool, because they got money on their. These are the people that are talking about this shit, which is funny because I noticed this, right? So I noticed this post. It got like 300 upvotes, and that's like, and that was 13 hours ago. Then right after it, 12 hours ago, there's a post that, can you believe this? New Orleans wants to stop posting crime stats and post good news. And the comments in there were like, how ridiculous, how stupid. And I'm like, you don't know the first thing about psychology, do you? Once you focus on, you tend to get. We've read the bad news for years. Every single day, go watch CNN, go watch Fox, go watch your local news. You'll get all the information you need on it. How it's so bad out there. Except for I've lived quite a few years, and I've only had a few bad days, a few bad moments with things where the world was like a fucked up place. But most of the time, it's not like that. But if I were to listen to the news, I would believe the world's fucking creepy and fearful and scary, and everyone's going to rob and steal and rape and pillage and murder and. But it's such a very small, and these people were not impressed. And the comments were short and narrow-minded, like, oh, they're not going to post the fucking statistics for crime. What do you think, it's going to go away if they do that? That's not the implication, idiots. If I tell you it's going to be a beautiful day, you'll start to meditate on that idea. So if I tell you good news, you'll find out that you'll have better days, better life. It tends to be that way. Why is everybody concerned with the statistics? Here's the statistics. Don't be an idiot and don't go where you shouldn't be, and you won't have a problem. That's statistically proven to be true. I don't also say it like, do I got to break down the psychology of why it's better to have good news than bad news? Have you ever talked to people that just give you bad news all the time and it just brings you down? You ever people say, "Hey, how you doing? What a beautiful day! Look at all this sparkly sunshine." It doesn't bring you up. And people are so trained by the propagandists, the fear porn makers, that they need to be told it's not a good day. It's not. You're not healthy. Everything's a mess. Everything's crazy. Everything. Of course, we know that shit's out there. Try telling us the opposite. See what happens. Maybe people would just go, "Huh, there's a puppy. I want to pet it." Instead of saying, "It's a puppy. It might bite you and have rabies." Hey, who's here? What's up? Sorry for not addressing any of your comments here. There's danger. Yeah, danger. There's danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Is that what it was? Danger, Will Robinson? I don't know. Never seen that one. Suntoke, thank you. You never had any issues unless you asked for them. Correct. I've only twice in my life have I ever had any issues anywhere. And it's just because one time I had a scowl on my face and I wasn't having a good day, and I would have fought anybody in the street, and I had a problem. Weird. The other time was just sheer didn't know where I was. Other than that, never a problem. Yep. There you go. Yeah, the one off when you see the belligerent screaming crackhead, the meth head, the dude on PCP that you see on the news, that is a one off. Like that is one in a quadrillion chance that that's going to happen. And if you see that motherfucker, walk the other way. You'll notice it from a long. You'll get the vibe like, oh, that person's crazy. I'm gonna just avoid the situation. I don't know. I don't know. Sun took said you walk through, carry. There you go. It's some crackhead. Exactly. You have a different life. There it is. Oh shit. Skull. Your old friend died 2 days ago. Oh, sorry, man. Died of not drinking his piss. Usually that's the problem. If you drink a little more piss, you'll live longer. Oh yeah, yeah. So on top of it, you say your grandma hasn't left the house in 2 years because all she does is watch the news. So she went from being a sort of normal person, and then the thing happens, and then she has to stay home more and watch more news. Because what else did they know? They didn't. They weren't going to change the channel. They're already on that. So let's just eat more of that. Just spoon feed that. Like for me, whenever I stay home, whenever I'm home, I will just start eating. What do you mean? You just start eating? I mean, if that TV is in front of me and I can turn on Netflix, I'll turn Netflix on. If I have food in there, I'm just gonna go eat it. I'm gonna eat it until I have to take a shit, and I'm gonna eat more. And so what do? I go outside, I play around, I listen to music, and I don't eat. So I don't participate in the diet. It's a mental diet. Whether it's the television, whether it's you know, like whether I have food in the house, whether I have if I had if I had a bunch of drugs in the house, you know what I'd probably do? I'd probably do a bunch of drugs. So what I do? I don't put drugs in my house. I don't pay for cable. For me to want to watch a movie, I have to get out here. Do I really want to watch a movie on a 2 inch by 3 inch screen? Sometimes. So it's like if you don't give yourself opportunity, somebody will. Other people have addictive personalities. Will go and try to find it. Must have. So if you put people that have addictive personalities into a confined environment that says, here, okay, here's the TV, here's what you got. Here, you're in a hamster cage now. What are you gonna do? What do you think people would do? If people gave me the ability to, like, I could have all the food I wanted, I would be different in the sense that I would just buy better food. Other people, if you said here's a unlimited card, you can have all the food you wanted, there'd be food all over the fucking house with most people. Like they're just like they have stacks of this, and corn pops and Cheetos. I don't know. And the same thing is so the physical diet and the mental diet is very similar. They're just re-encouraging that behavior. Like, so she stays home because of the fear of something else, and then she gets a fear of someone's going to randomly. Yeah, people kill old people. No one's robbing old ladies. That is so. That is so. I think that's all fake. You have to be a really fucked up person to rob an old lady because a what does an old lady have in her purse? Tic Tacs, some Werther's originals, $38 in pennies and nickels. She got no dollar bills. She don't even know what a credit card is. What is anybody stealing from an old lady? It's so far and few. It's so few and far between. Suntoke, yeah. What's up? Holy shit, Jimin, what are you doing? Oh, Melissa, who's this? Did you just want me to do that? Whoever the fuck you are, you must know me, huh? I'm doing all right. I'm having a beer. I'm waiting for my. I forgot to plug my speakers in last night, so I have to wait. An hour. So I figured I'd get on here and talk to you guys to fill up that space, that little gap of letting my speakers charge. And then I'm gonna go out and listen to music and make a day out of this beautiful Saturday. I'm gonna go walk through this dangerous, dangerous neighborhood. Ooh, spooky. I don't know. Okay, should I sound it out? Fubkajisms. Is that close? Enunciate. I'm working on it. I went to speech therapy as a child, so I'm not really good at this, and I'm saying it in my head before I say it out loud because it might be really something stupid if I say it. Fib kuj sm zit. I couldn't hear it. Is there? Anyways, do I know you? Do you know me? Did you change your name? Are you here to you could have changed it to anything, but I probably would have got the joke a different way. Hmm. You must already know me. You must have just changed your name. And now we're gonna play this because who used to do this shit? Fire Drake used to do this shit all the time. Is this Fire Drake? What the fuck? Fuck you. Fuck your life. Fuck wherever you are. Where are you from? What are you doing? Oh, it's supposed to be unmeaningful. But in your grand attempt to make it unmeaningful, it is maybe the most meaningful thing. I'm gonna call you 2F BK fucking if should we turn this into those one of those things? Double fuck uh British Knights. BK is British Knights, yep. JSMZT. I don't know. Did you take that from my title of my show the other day when I was drunk and I was like, I just smashed the keyboard and I was like, I just want to say something. Is that part of it? See, that's what we do. We trick ourselves in life. Every time we go to do something meaningful, it doesn't, it's like whenever you're nice to someone and they take it as like a slight. But then when you're being like fucking fuck you, and they're like, oh, you have a good day too. You're like, I was being rude, and they're like, oh no, I didn't notice. Oh, you're Joss meat. Hmm. You should spell it Jaws meat, Meat. It'd be like Ja, his schmeat, Jaws schmeat. It's kind of a dick joke. Yeah, that's something I learned a long time ago in my quest for being myself or being whatever. I don't know. I remember doing really kind, nice, lovely things, saying things, and being as oddly considerate and kind as I could be. people would people would be like upset with me, and other times I would just okay, let me be as fucking fuck you and fuck your life and the horse you came in on, all that bullshit. And then people would come back to me a day later and say, "Thank you for saying that to me. I needed to hear that." I'm like, I was being a fucking dickhead. I was like fucking, I was shitting all over you. And they're like, I needed to hear that. And then whenever I was nice, they would be like, it's like when you give somebody $10, you never get it back. But if you need something, people will continue to be kind to you. It's really interesting the way people are. People don't trust kindness. No, that's not implicit. I like this word right now, implicit. It's not implicit into the dynamics of a baby or a puppy. It's trained into us to not trust kindness because kind people. There's like, well, what comes along with that? That's what it is. Why are you being so nice to me? What do you want? It's the whole concept of there's no such thing as a free meal. There's no free lunch. There's no such thing as a free puppy. There's always something. There's always something tied to it. So you go, if you're being nice, what does it cost me? Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I get you. Most people don't need someone to shut up. Most people here already are aware enough of actual kindness and shitty people, but generally speaking, the thing that has been entrained to humans as we were getting onto the fear porn and propaganda through like controlling people through uh, um, traumas and things. The traumas were designed like through the television, through the school system, through the parents. That everything was is always a I don't know. So there's got to be fear instilled somewhere. So there's a fear of being loved, fear of kindness, fear of these things. So where's the trust? No one trusts anything. So what is the result? What is the result? It's a bunch of selfish narcissists. If you don't think narcissism is bred into cultures, you're highly mistaken. It's not a natural outpouring of how any species would actually become. Being self-serving and being self-preserving, life-preserving is not narcissism, but the idea of so much trauma and fear is induced into the human condition that everything that we do is a defense mechanism geared towards narcissism. Hey, look at these. There's girls here, and there's private. You can check out private photos. They're not so private if you're just putting them on my channel, are they? You fucking trashy slut. And what am I calling a trashy slut? A computer program? Hey, more fucking whores. Hey, what's up, you scumbags? Blowing up the channel. Nice. hmm So I think the dilemma is, well, no, that's not the dilemma. Let's see. The solution is then if we have all of these traumas and these control mechanisms, if you just denounce them. It's an old video I did for you guys, and it's a type of magic you can do. You just say, I don't consent to any of my contracts, either spiritually, mentally, physically. I'm unbound from all things. All my traumas I release. It's pretty simple. You can go a little deeper into that concept, but it's you say it, and it's done. Released. These things don't control me. Why would they? Why let your fears control you? Why not let your love control you? And not even control you, but just guide you. How about that? Use the use a golden compass. Be guided by where you should go, not where you shouldn't be. Hey, it's 5 o'clock. Eggs and butter. Oh man, which video? Let me see. Hopefully it's online. It's probably something I did about 6 years ago. It's one of my early videos. Go search by my earliest ones. I have like 6,000 videos, so I couldn't even begin to describe to you, except for let's go to my earliest ones or my popular ones, and it's called. I think it's called here. I think I found it. Oh, look at that. See, it's called Soul Contract Dictates. Soul Contract Dictates. How the fuck did I find that? That's crazy, right? I have 6,500 titles somewhere in my brain, and that's the name of it. See if that shows up. If it doesn't show up, if it doesn't show up and you can't find it, remind me, hit me on there's my email or on here later or whatever. Just like Zen, go fucking unlock that video because I got a bunch of videos, you know, about 5,000 videos under lock and key that I'd have to go unlock for you. So contract dictates. There you go. Should have been like 5 or 6 years ago. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Then and there's my yeah, there's my writings that Zen-Alchemist WordPress. There's my, I'm looking at the bottom of the screen here. If you want to help a brother out, there's my Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all that shit. TsarXen, TsarXen. And then there is my email. If you want to hit me through email. If you have a question that's concerning concerning fasting, health, I don't know, psychology shit, whatever weird shit you want to know that you wouldn't ask on here. Cool. Hmm. Skull, you wish that someone had told you that this realm had already suffered a catastrophic meltdown before I came here. That would have changed the whole. It would have changed the whole. Not only the whole, but the whole, the collective. It would have changed the entire life experience for everyone. If you were like, hey, 125 years ago, this whole thing got fucked up out here. We're rebuilding society. There's bumps and bruises. Your grandparents were all fucked up in the head because they went through some crazy shit. There was a war of the world and blah blah blah. Like whatever the fuck it was. There was the mud flood. There was a plasma event. There was a war between the Anunnaki and the Syrian Empire. You know, like whatever the fuck it is. You know, if we were told that, I mean, I've done that talk in that video 100 times. How can anybody expect us to make any quality choices in life when we're given a false history and false narrative? There's no way for you to guide yourself anywhere if you don't know where you were from, right? Like you got to have a little bit of an understanding of your origin point, or at least a little bit of information of your history. How else could you make a good choice? You need to have memory. If you don't have your memory, if you just feel like, hey, we're just gonna wipe your memory, then what do you have the possibility of doing? Of repeating cycles? If you understood that the last cycle was, hey, there was these we decided to let the Terminator loose and built these computers that became robots and they took over the world because some crazy scientist guy. Was it Enki? Was it Enki or Enlil? Which one was it? Because one of them, right? Did anybody know the story? Enki is the one mad scientist, and Enlil was his brother, the other mad scientist. Well, the one was like, "Hey, fuck the human condition. We created them as slaves. Just get rid of them. They suck. They already did their job." And I was like, "Yeah, but we made them. They're kind of our offspring and our children. You should take care of them." And they had a war over the idea of what to do with the humans. Yeah, yeah, there you go. What a simple concept, right? That if someone told us that there was catastrophe just in our recent history, there was a crazy catastrophe. If someone told us that, it would change the way people interacted with each other. If you knew walking down the street that everyone around you, they just lost their puppy 2 days ago. They lost their favorite auntie. Their grandma just died. Uh, their favorite teacher at school, Mister Mister Billy Bob Smith, whatever the fuck, he just fucking vanished. People, if we accepted that just a little while ago somebody went through trauma, but if and historically in just a little while ago, you can say, hey, this entire fucking 7 billion, if that's what we're looking at, our last generation of people just fucking got squashed. We would treat each other differently, and we wouldn't allow for these fucking people in governmental situations to talk to us like they are. We wouldn't let them steal on us. We would mob these motherfuckers. There would be no police force fighting this direction towards us. They would turn the fuck around and find the people that have been going blah 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 blah. Fucking you guys, we're gonna tax you and we're gonna poison you. They would turn the fuck around and go, who's the one hurting you? And they'd be like, well, they said you guys are doing it. We're like, we're 99% of people. We haven't really done anything. So who's doing it? Oh, it was them the whole time. Yep. That's what you would do differently, because you would be like, who's the ones at fault here? There's not 99% of us are not at fault. It's the okay, if somebody tells you how to do a math problem, did anybody go to school and ever have this happen? Somebody tells you how to do a math problem, but they actually taught it wrong, and then you get the wrong answer, and then they blame you for getting the wrong answer. Like, but you told me to do this. How would you expect me to do different? If you're given the wrong information, you ever looked at a you ever here's a good one. I know you've all been through this. Buy uh, buy some furniture, and they don't give you all the pieces. They give you the wrong piece. Something doesn't fit. The instructions are wrong, and all of a sudden, when you put it together, it doesn't come out right, and you're sitting there with a broken piece of furniture. Isn't that what's happening? Isn't that what's been happening? Don't erase this video. I don't erase when I say lock and key. It means I just put it on private. There's only a small number of videos ever. Most of the ones that I've ever erased were on accident, and there's somewhere I was just like, this isn't really meaningful to people. It's not really going to do anything, you know. I only have a couple of those. Mostly, this is a diary, and I don't rip pages out of my diary. You know. Oh, there you go. A little nappy, nasty. Sometimes you ever just have to do that because you had a. My hair was feeling uncomfortable. Okay, let me fix this shit. Hold on. Okay, where we at? You about to smoke a fast joint or a fat joint? The Hare Krishnas. I've gotten high with some Hare Krishnas before. Usually I get high with oh whoever's got weed. Oh, Melissa, nice. Yeah, I don't know last time I smoked herb. See, I look like a fucking stupid hippie, and I don't think I smoked weed in like 2 weeks. And I don't even, and it's just like whenever it shows up, I look like a damsel in distress with my hair down. Do I look in distress? Hold on, let's do this. If you want to ever, um, you should take the time out to do these little things with your face here. You really erase some years off of you. Two spots here, put pressure on. Two spots right here beneath your tear ducts. and then out here, and then pull on your earlobes down. It drains this. Pull your earlobes straight down, and then you'll go, and you'll just release that down through here. Pull back, pull out over here. These are all connected to the rest. Oh, and there it is. Ah, yeah, just take a few years off your hair. Like sometimes you guys see me do this during a show. It's because I just fucking woke up. I don't like. I could go through this whole thing in the morning, like do all the shit, and then sit here and go, well, hello, hi, welcome to the show, and or just be just because I have long hair. Is that what you're saying? I look like what was that where she puts the hair down and the dude climbs up it? What the fuck is her name? Um, Rapunzel. Rapunzel. Yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, if you guys have never done it, just look up all the charts for reflexology. Look up the hand points of reflexology. Look up the face points of reflexology. Look up the ear points of reflexology, and the feet point. There's also reflexology on your junk. And why would you call your dick your junk? Your fucking cock. There's reflexology points. I mean, your whole body is a holographic. This is a holographic matrix, like where your eyeballs are, where your teethers are, where your ears are, where your liver is, where your kidneys are, where your gallbladder is over here. And so you can go through this. Oh, that's a good one right there. Middle. Made me drool a little bit. Which one is that? See, and I just felt when I'm doing this, I felt it literally in the arch of my foot, which is I think connected to. Is this a heart point? I think it's up here. That's the heart point. Yeah, you can just by playing around with your hand, you can feel like what hurts. If you find a point that hurts, you can find that organ that is associated with it. Now, not only is it going to release that, but you can find it like, well, oh, like right there. What's that? That's a headache point that's connected to. Look it up. Let me know, and it'll release that. Easy. Back to good. Back to base one. Yeah, Rapunzel. She was young. You goof. What? Because I look like an old, haggard, broken down. Haggard. Do I look like a Hilda? Haggard. Not even a word. Like I look like marvelous Marvin Haggard after a fight. I don't know. I think it's just the lighting, dude, or the fact that I was out till 3 in the morning and I got up and I haven't even showered. See, this is the real you get. This is what it is. I just rolled on the bed, sat down, and decided to talk to you guys after eating some. Oh well, thank you. Yes, yeah, duh. Yeah, some days I look fucked up. Some days I look. I don't know. It just depends. Depends on my attitude for the day. Should I wrap this bitch up? Should I put my hair down for the day? What should I? What am I doing with life? Where am I going? What's happening? Am I losing my mind? Oh, there it is. Oh, and there's two really good spots right here. Right. It's like underneath where your skull connects, like right above there. Put your thumbs back there. Oh, got it. You can self-adjust right there. Your cranium is sitting atop your spinal cord. There it is. What's up, Berkay Turkman? You laughing at me? Yeah, I should have probably went to I should have been an actor. So I should went to drama school. No, if I would have, I wouldn't be the way I am. It would have gotten in the way of me just really act. It just is. I just is, dude. Occipital lobes rubbing them occipital lobes. Mm. Mhm. So I like this place I'm staying at. I've because I've been staying around the city in different parts. I mean, I've probably stayed in a dozen places in New Orleans, and every place has its specific set of sounds. I mean, even like across my travels through I don't know, like 20 places I've lived in my life, 30, I don't know. Every city, every town, every little place has its peculiarities of sounds within the house and then outside and then spatially within a cabin, a beach, the sound side, 5 or 6 places in Baltimore. That was loud next to the street, suburbs, the country, cabin, forest. It all has unique sounds. It's really interesting. I do enjoy it. Suntalk. There's a lot of New Orleans people in Denver. It seems like a good. That's funny. I met some people from Denver yesterday. Funny you said that. Um, it seems like a natural back and forth because there's a lot of people here that are potheads, musicians. I think there's a natural affinity. The kind of hippie people that would be here and that would be there. A lot of travelers. That's 2 major travel destinations for people that are like Skull, enjoy getting stoned with the monks, dude. Cheers. I'll have a beer for you. Maybe I'll get stoned today. I've been clearing the whole city. Hmm. Maybe what I'll do is I'll show you guys a map next show of the locations I've lived in the city. And maybe I'll show you a map of everywhere I've lived in the United States and everywhere I visited. Be interesting. It's mostly east coast, south, east coast and south. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. The whole Denver climate is weird. I've never been, but I was like, you think of mountains, and they're like, no, it's actually pretty mild. I'm like, it's the Midwest. It's weird. What is it doing there? It's like an anomaly. Uh, it has an electric energy like no other city. Yes, that's so funny. I was talking to a friend of mine who's an artist, and there's a building in New Orleans that is the the old the old Navy base. Look this up. It's called the End of the World. The old Navy base. It's closed. It's a huge complex, and the kind of gutter punks and whatever some of them live in there and like I mean legally illegally who knows it doesn't really they're welcome there but it's like it's an interesting place. Right. Okay. So we were talking about how that place was a location as a, I mean, it was built in like 1903 or something and had like a presidential war bunker in it and whatever that he's trying to find. It's this whole story. And we were talking about like how the train tracks go right through there and how that was like a base, an electrical base. And he was talking about how electricity will hit the water or around there and it would charge the building and the building it was like he was talking about all these experiments that Tesla was doing there and how closely it was like how everything was electrical based and that they were using the train tracks to move electricity and why is it all of the stones are what they are underneath. We're talking about piezoelectric. That's so funny you said that. It is it's yeah. It is wildly different than anywhere you've been. You know it as soon as you come over the bridge onto the island. New Orleans is an island. You look at it like, no, it's not. No, look at it closer. It's an island. Uh-huh. You're like, huh? Like, yeah, you gotta look over there. Like, oh, no, that was no, it's water right there. Even if it's just a little creek of water, or it's built, it doesn't matter. It's still an island, and it's a whole different. Once you come over the bridge onto the island, it's a wildly different place. Yeah, the it's palpable, and it's not just electricity in the electrical sense of like, yeah, everything is electric or magnetic and male or female. No, it's like this palpable, something to do with the music, something to do with the people, something to do with the general culture, the ambiance, the weather, the smell, the sounds, the whole fucking thing. It's just not. It's not like anywhere else. Yeah, it's like when people like when you ask people like, hey, where would you visit? And people are like, oh, you got to go to this place, and like, okay, where would you rather live? And most people like if you haven't been here, you don't understand. I've been plenty of places. I get the draw to New York City. I get the draw to Miami. I've been to Miami. I get the draw to go into all these different places. It's not even. It doesn't even compare. I'll just put it that way. It just is. It is. It's its own entity. Well, on that note, let me. Speaking of own entity, let me let me go wash off my skin suit, my space suit, whatever the fuck this is, my Earthcraft, and I think my speakers are done charging. And let me go out into the world and go listen to some music. Suntoke, Melissa, Skull, everybody else, fucking bang bang, motherfuckers. Have a beautiful day. I'm gonna go do some shit, which will involve music and getting a little drunk and maybe a little high. We'll see. You guys have fun. Good to talk to you. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember the rules in the world. Be cool to yourself. Be Pet a puppy. And if you can't find a puppy, play with a cow or an alpaca or a cat. Play with a human. They're cool too sometimes. Most of the time. Go dance. Take care of your friends. Take care of people you don't like. Be weird. And I'm ass out of here. Toodles. Bye, everybody. Yeah, Sancho, come through, man. It's not. It's not like anywhere else. That's for sure. Peace out. Feel good, jiggles, the